Shalom crocheters and welcome to my channel ZoeCrochetR. In today's tutorial you'll learn how to crochet this beautiful women v-neck top. I'll be guiding step by step, perfect for absolute beginners, how to make these various sizes. This top will fit a size M and it can also fit your size L. And I'd love to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and my channel viewers. Thank you for liking and sharing my tutorials. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel ZoeCrochetR. And a very big thank you to all of my members. Now, don't further ado, get all your materials and let's get started and commit your works to the Lord and your plans should be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to start working and these are the materials that we're going to need. We're going to need a scissors, a stitch markers, a darning needles, and a measuring tape to take a measurement. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start working and for the first part of our work, you're going to create a slip knot. And I'm working with a 3.5mm size hook. I've worked so much with this hook and the numbers I've wiped off. This is a 3.5. And in that ring, insert your hook. Now for the first part of our work, you are going to take your measurement from the top of your shoulder to under your breast. Alright? From the top of your shoulder to under your breast. Mine gives me 32 centimeters. Any number you have, you're going to make a double of it. Alright? So I'm going to be doing 32 plus 32. That will give me 64 centimeters. So my foundation chain needs to measure 64 centimeters. Right? Yeah, I have a very long chain and I did a total of 138 chains. 138 chains. And this my chain measures, it's very long. And this my chain measures 64 centimeters. 32 plus 32 gives me 64 centimeters. You're going to do the same thing with yours. Now you're going to make the Suzette stitch, and this stitch is worked in even numbers, right? So you're going to come in the second chain, insert your hook there, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is a single crochet. In that same chain, yarn over, insert your hook in that same chain, and yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. You're left with 2, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is a double crochet. Next, you are going to skip 1 chain, and into the next chain you're going to repeat this. So skip 1 chain, come to the next chain, insert your hook. You always start with a single crochet, yarn over into that same stitch. You make a double crochet. We're going to repeat that pattern. You skip 1 chain, into the next chain you insert your hook. You start with a single crochet, yarn over into that same chain, you make a double crochet. We're going to repeat the same pattern. You skip 1 chain, into the next chain you make a single crochet plus a double crochet in the same chain. I'm going to put this sequence all through this row. And we get at the end here, we have 2 stitches left. That's because we had even numbers. So you're going to skip this, and in the last, now you always end just with a single crochet. To end a row, we're going to make just a single crochet. Good. Now we're going to start row number 2. You're going to chain 1, and it's just a 1 row repeat, nothing complicated. Now in that same stitch, in that single crochet stitch, go in there and start with a single crochet. This is how you start your row. Yarn over, go back there and make a double crochet. Double crochet. Good. Now you're going to skip 1 stitch. Into the next stitch you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. You skip 1 stitch, come to the next and make a single crochet plus a double crochet. You skip 1 stitch, come to the next stitch, you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. It's a very beautiful stitch. You're going to repeat this all through this row, and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. So keep on working. Okay, we'll be working now. Get at this end here. We have 2 stitches left, 1 and 2. I'm going to skip this 1 stitch and come to the last. I'm going to always end a row with a single crochet. Set your hook in the last stitch and make a single crochet. We've completed 2 rows. You're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are just going to repeat this row. So it's just 1 row repeat, and you're always going to start with a single crochet. In the same stitch, you make a double crochet. You skip 1 stitch, and you can see that the stitch that we skip is a double crochet stitch, and we are always going to work in a single crochet stitch. All right, so come in the single crochet, and you always start with a single crochet, then you make a double crochet. You skip this, come, you make a single crochet and a double crochet. You skip this, you come here, you make a single crochet plus a double crochet. Skip this, and this is our beautiful Suzette stitch. Good. Now we already have our length, right? We already have our length. Now we are looking for the width, and to have the width measurement, you are going to take the full bust measurement, your full bust measurement. You take that measurement and you're going to divide it by 4. All right, you divide it by 4. Now for me, for example, my full bust measurement gives me 92 centimeters. I divide this 92 centimeters by 4. All right, by 4. And when I divide this by 4, it gives me 23. All right, 23 means I'm going to work until this gives me 23 centimeters. All right, so here we are. I work until I have 23 centimeters, and you are going to make 2 identical rectangles, 2 identical, the same length and the same width. All right, so keep on working. Yeah, I've been working, and I have my rectangles here, and my chain was 64 centimeters, and as I was working, it expanded to 67 centimeters. That's good, no problem. And now if I want to take my width, you see I have my 23 centimeters. Let me bring it up. You see my width gives me exactly 23 centimeters, and I have a total of 40 rows here, 40 rows. And now you are going to go ahead and fold your panel. You see, just fold it like this, half like this. Good. You see, and when I take the other second one, you see they're folded the same way and they have the same measurement. And you want to give you the measurement, you see this gives me a total of 23 centimeters. Now once you have our measurement, you are going to go ahead and measure. Just weigh it on you're going to go ahead and weigh your piece and try to see how you want this is the armhole, how wide you want it to be. It's really up to you. All right, if you want it very close, it's up to you. Now the second thing we're going to do now is we're going to shape how wide, how the length of the v-neck, the neck opening here. Now I will not advise you to allow your breast outside. Your breast should not be exposed. Now once you have this, we are going to go ahead and start sewing. Now this is where I stop working. I'm going to go ahead and fasten up your yarn. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to insert our thread in the yarn needle. So we already have our yarn here. We're going to come in the very first stitch on this other side and just insert your needle there and go back in that same stitch so that you can secure that too. Good. And now you want to make sure your stitches are aligned together, because we're going to be sewing stitch into stitch. So just go in the second stitch and take this other second stitch and just sew it. The next stitch, just sew it together. take the next stitch. So the single crochet goes into the single crochet and the double crochet goes into the double crochet. See how neat it is. See, very neat. And the other side, that's how it looks like. You need to choose which side. You're going to sew and end where you want the neck opening, where you want your chest to start. The chest opening here. Alright, make sure your breast is well covered. You're going to come on this other. Once you're done here, you're going to come and sew. You're going to start from below here and stop at the armhole. From below here, stop at the armhole. Just keep on working. And you also sew behind also. You're going to sew everywhere. And here I have all of my sides sewn in. But here you go. I sewed from down to here. This is where I was doing the sewing, so I'm going to turn it. And here you go. This is what it looks like from the other side. This is where we did the joining, and that's where I did the join on the side. And this is what we have. It's really so beautiful. Now let me just give you, this is what I finally left. It gives me 15 centimeters from my shoulder to my chest opening, 15 centimeters. And I also have 15 centimeters here for my sleeve. 15 centimeters here. This is my sleeve on my armhole. As my armhole gives me 15 centimeters. And at the back also, just with a few difference. Now we are going to start working and going down, and going down to achieve the full length to get to the waist. And this part alone took me, I used a total of 3 balls here, and each ball measures, each ball is 40 grams. And we're going to turn our work. We're going to start working from, we're going to start working from the back part. Of course, you know that where we do the joining is the middle part of our dress. We're going to start here. This is it, just my middle. And you're going to make a slip knot. Bring it here. And you're going to bring that gel in front. Go ahead and chain 1 and single crochet. All round, we're going to make 1 single crochet. Just go ahead and make a single crochet. We've done a single crochet. We'll come at this end here. We're going to insert a hook and make a slip stitch. And now we're going to chain 1. And before you start this row, you have to look. This previous row you can see was the outside row. Yep, so we're going to start on this side. So you're going to single crochet plus a double crochet. Alright, you skip 1 stitch and just repeat your pattern. And now you get here, you have 2 stitches left here. You're going to end the round with a single crochet. Now slip stitch to end this. You're going to chain 1. And now we need a very important measurement. That's going to be the waist measurement. The full circumference of my waist is 86 centimeters. It's 86 centimeters. I divide this 86 centimeters by 2 and it gives me 40. And it gives me 43 centimeters. And that's what we have here. Right, 43 centimeters. But now when I weigh it on me, it does not fit me as I want it. So I'm going to reduce 5 from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go for 38. So my actual waist is 38. So we're going to start our decreases, and I want 38 centimeters. And you're going to put 2 stitch markers on both corners. So let's start. Okay, yeah, we already started the second round. We get here to our first corner. We're just going to take away our stitch marker and go in that single crochet. You make a single crochet and go in the next single crochet. You make a double crochet. Here we have our decrease. Insert your stitch marker in that single crochet. And now you're going to repeat your Suzette stitch. Make a Suzette stitch. You repeat this and I'll make sure where we have our second stitch marker. This is a second corner. I'm going to make a decrease. Come in that single crochet and go in there with a single crochet. Yarn over into the next single crochet. Go in there with a double crochet. Go there and make a stitch. And now you're going to continue with your Suzette stitch. Now when we get here where we did our decrease for the previous round, this is where we did the decrease, right? This is the single crochet and this is the double crochet. So you just get here in that single crochet and you just do your Suzette stitch normally. And now you come here, there's the next single crochet. You see. And this is how you're going to work the other sides, and this is how you're going to work the previous rounds. So this is just everything we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing our decreases very progressively. So after this round of no decrease, we're going to make a row of decrease. We're going to just repeat this process until we have our waist measurement, which is 38 centimeters. All right. So just repeat this process, alternating between your decrease rounds and your no decrease rounds, and that's just everything. And I'll meet you for the next part of our work. All right. So keep on working. I'm going to come back and weave in the tails, and wow, this is fantastic. Now let me explain what we did here. For this upper part here, I did a total of 4 rounds of decrease. Of course, 1 round no decrease and 1 round of decrease. So I have a total of 8 rounds here. 8 rounds here, and I stopped here because I had my 38 centimeters. You see. So I stopped there. That's my waist. Now after this, I came now and I started working without any decrease. I just did normal rounds and I did a total of 8 rounds here, right? 8 rounds. Now after the 8 rounds, all right, I came here and I did 1 round of decrease, 1 round of decrease, and in here I have a total of 3 rounds of no decrease, 3 rounds of no decrease. And I came here on round number 4 and have 1 round, just 1 round of decrease. So 1 round of decrease, 1 round of decrease. In total, I have a total of, I did just 6 rounds of decreases for this below part. After this last round of decrease, I have a total of 8 rounds now of no decrease, and I'm done my work. I have 8 rounds of no decrease here. Alright. And that's how our work kind of looks like. And when I did the final decrease, I ended up here now with 35. That's just how tiny I want my base to be, 35. You see. So this is very, very optional. The decreases is how you want your dress to be fitted on you. Alright. And so I'll advise you to always do your decreases progressively so you will have a beautiful shape here. Alright. And thank you so very much for working with me. This is what our work kind of looks like. I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Tell me in the comment section below what you want us to work on next time. I have a beautiful dress with the same stitch. I'm leaving the thumbnail up here, and I'm leaving the link to the tutorial in the comment section below. Do watch to check it. I'll meet you in the next tutorial, and if you're still at home mom like me and going to work from home, I pray God bless you the work of your hands. Till then, God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of your hands. Shalom.